Hi everybody, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Kiseki bracelet. This was created by Tutorials by Leah on Instagram, and I will bring up her profile really quick. So here's her profile. She's got some pretty decent followers. She's got some really cool pictures, and you can just scroll through and kind of see okay, I said kind of a lot. You can see a lot of her pictures, and yeah, so sorry if I'm talking a little bit like, I guess, I don't know how to say it, talking soft, I guess, because my throat is really sore and I'm kind of sick, and I don't want to talk super loud. Also, I got a paper cut on my finger, and yeah, so without wasting your time any further, let's go ahead and tell you what you'll need. You're going to need 2 looms or 5 barb pins in this configuration. You're going to start with the arrows pointing away from you. You're going to need a hook, a C-clip, and 5 different colors of bands. So today for the white border that's on this one, I'll be using blue. It's kind of like an aqua color. Then for the zigzags, I'll be using clear jelly. And for the turquoise jelly single chains, I'll be using metallic blue, which is also the metallic blue in this bracelet. And for these 2 alternating inside ones, I'll be using metallic green and glow-in-the-dark blue. So just to kind of get that out of the way. So now what you're going to do is have your loom's arrows pointing away from you, and you're going to take your border color. Again, I'll be using this aqua color, and you're just going to make a border by going out to the side twice on both sides. Okay, once you go out to the side, you're going to create 2 single chains running down your loom until you reach the third to last pegs on both sides, then you'll turn into the center. So I'm going to make my single chains. And I'm going to try not to talk too much, 1, because my throat is sore, and 2, because I usually talk a lot when I'm laying my bands. So this part's going to be pretty quiet from now on. Okay, make sure that you push your bands down, because you will want to have them kind of pushed down and out of the way when you're going to apply your bands, more bands. Now you're going to take 2 more bands and just go straight into the center on both sides. So now you're going to have a really long hexagon shape. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Now what you're going to do is take your single chain bands, which mine is going to be metallic blue, and you're going to start on these 2 outside pegs, well, not outside, but kind of center outside pegs, and you're going to do 2 single chains running all the way down your loom until you reach here, and then you're going to turn into the center. So just starting from here, you're just going to go straight. And once you get to here, you're actually going to turn into the center, just to make part of that bracelet the way it's supposed to be, and do the same thing on the other side. Also make sure you're pushing your bands down. Okay, I'm going to take my last band and pull it into the center. Now what you're going to be doing is placing the zigzags, which here is the yellow. I'm going to take my clear bands, start from the very outside right and the very outside left first peg, and just go into the center. Then take another band and go out. I try not to twist my bands. Go back in and back out. So you're just going to do this all the way down your loom. And you're going to do it on the other side as well, after I show you kind of where to stop at the end of this side. You're going to stop here when you go out to the outside. Now you're going to go all the way back to the beginning of your loom and do the same thing. And the last one will go out again to the outside. Now you're going to go back to the beginning of your loom and we're going to start placing the kind of center bands. So you're going to want to take two of your first color and go from the outside, not the very outside, but the next outside left into the center, from the right into the center. Take your next color, again, taking two bands, go up one peg, go into the center, in from the left and in from the right. And I'm just going to be alternating between my two colors down the loom. As you can see, I'm at this peg now, and you're actually going to take two more of your next color of band and go into the center. Now what you're going to want to do is place cap bands on all of these center pegs. So you're going to use the same color that these little V shapes are. That's what I'm going to use. If you want to use a different color, feel free. It's just going to kind of show on the outside. It's going to be kind of frilly out here. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to place a simple cap band. I'm going to twist it with my fingers and just put it on the peg. Twist it on the loom. And just do this all the way down your loom. This one will go here, and I will actually use this color to put it here. So make sure that your bands are pushed down, and now it's time to turn your loom around so we can start the looping process. So take your hook, and we're going to be looping out these center bands first. So go to the very last peg here in the center, go underneath the cap band, grab that bottom band, so pay attention to the looping process because it's what makes this part in the center be raised and it makes it look very nice. So what you're going to do is go underneath the cap band and underneath the top band, pull that bottom V band forward, straight forward. You're not pulling it to itself, you're pulling it straight on top of the next one. Then go underneath the cap band again, grab the other, and pull it forward. So it will look kind of weird like you looped it wrong, and you would normally be looping this wrong, however this is the way that the bracelet works, so make sure that you loop this the way it's supposed to. So for this peg you're going to go underneath the cap band, underneath that next band, grab the very, very bottom green band and pull it up. Then go underneath the cap band again, grab the one that goes to the other side and pull it straight up. Go underneath the cap band, grab the bottom band, make sure you're pushing back the other one, pull it forward, go back under the cap band, grab the top band, pull it forward. I'm going to set my loom down now and finish looping the rest of this. Make sure that you're grabbing the bottom band and looping it forward first, and then you will grab the remaining band and loop it forward. And sometimes it can be kind of difficult, but make sure that you just push your cap band out of the way. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to want to just push down the bands on the side and on the top. Mine are already kind of down there. So now what you're going to want to do is go underneath here, grab the single chain band, pull it out to itself, then go in, grab the other single chain band, pull it out to itself, and you're just going to loop the single chain bands all the way up. So go underneath, grab the single chain band, pull it up, and if you look on this bracelet, it will actually be, let me think, I'm sorry. No, you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry. Do not loop that up yet. Put that back there. Just go underneath this one band here, grab the zigzag, pull it out to itself, go over here, grab the other zigzag, pull it out to itself. So it will stretch this band quite a bit. So go underneath again, grab the top band, pull it out to itself, grab the next one, pull it up to itself. Again, I'm sorry, I forgot that I was looping this wrong. So make sure that you are looping this the correct way. Loop it out, and just loop out the zigzags to themselves all the way up your loom. And after that, then you will loop the single chains just to make sure that your single chains are on the top and kind of outlining this. Trust me, it would look a lot better the way that Tutorials by Leah had it, not the way that I was trying to do it. Make sure that if your band pops off like this, just put it back on the peg because you'll need to use your single chain to grab those bands. Alright, once you've done that, go back to the beginning of your loom. Again, loop these bands out to themselves. And that one's kind of twisted. And just repeat this all the way up your loom. And once you're done that, make sure that you push down all of these bands on the sides, because you will need to be able to loop your border. Okay, so now what we're going to do is loop up the single chains. So come to the bottom of your loom where you looped these two out to the sides, and I will just readjust mine. Oops, gotta pull that one back on. Alright, so go underneath and just grab the single chain band, pull it forward, and pull it forward, and just repeat this all the way up your loom. Grabbing the single chain band will not be very hard because there are not any bands to push back except for the single one, which is already kind of pushed back. The bands are just kind of laying in there, and I keep saying kind of a lot, and I keep talking a lot. So I'm going to be quiet now. Loop it to the top, go back to the beginning and do it again. Once you've looped it to the top, make sure that those bands are pushed down all around your border. Then you're going to go underneath the center cap band again, grab the top band, pull it out towards itself, then go back in to the cap band, pull the other band out towards itself, go to the very bottom, grab that bottom band, pull it out to itself, go to the very bottom, grab the very bottom band, pull it out to itself. Now you're just going to be grabbing the bottom band and pulling it forward. So go underneath all of those bands, grab it, pull it forward. The rest of this looping is a very simple process, so I will just try and do this quickly so that I can pull this off the loom and show you what mine looks like and how to adjust it if it is kind of being weird and wonky. And be careful that you only grab that bottom band. See, I just grabbed that zigzag band. You do not want to pull that one forward. Once you reach the top, pull them into the center. Go back to the beginning and do the same thing on the other side. Again, pull them into the center twice once you get to the top. Now to take this off the loom, take one single extension band if you're making an extension, and stick your hook down through all of those bands, grab that band on that peg, or grab the band, pull it through all the bands on that peg, put it back on your hook, and now we can start pulling this off. So So I'm going to try and pull this off without breaking my bands, because it would be very bad to break a band now. The main part that's difficult is pulling off the side bands, because there's a lot of bands on that peg. Alright, so now this is what my bracelet looks like. If your cap bands are kind of weird, you can pull these out to the sides. And once you pull it out to the side, just pull it straight again, and this will automatically create like a little rise. And you can pull on the border bands just to get those zigzags where you want them. And you can see there's kind of a ridge in the middle because of these bands. They get pulled up towards the top. If you want, you can squeeze your cap bands together just to make them more condensed, which is kind of why I recommend using the same color band, but it's totally up to you to use whatever color you want. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to follow Tutorials by Leah on Instagram. I'll have her name down in the description box below. I will also have my Instagram in the description below, so make sure to follow me if you want to as well. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.